back to the channel. We are looking at the stock price of SoFi Technologies Inc. And the stock today is down 18.43% and trading at $4.87 a share. So this is not very good, losing 18% in a single day. And yesterday was also a day during which SoFi had losses. So that is the problem that we are looking at right now. On my, even as I speak with you guys during this recording, I am looking at my Robinhood app, and it says some stock exchanges, not Robinhood, have temporarily halted trading of SoFi. So something is going on, and I'm looking at the graph on there, and it's showing that for about, let's see here how many minutes, since about 10:15 a.m. it's been trading horizontally, so close to about 40 minutes that the stock is not readily tradable on some exchanges, but Robinhood claims that they are still open to trade SoFi stock. So what happened was, I think yesterday they were supposed to come out with their financials, I believe for the first quarter 2022, after the close of business. That's after the stock market closes. But Bloomberg leaked the story before close of market, so that caused people to sell their shares of SoFi. And if you look yesterday, that's Monday right here, very close, just before the close of market. If you look closely, you can see right there's a steep drop from $5.97. It dropped immediately to $5.39. And then when the market opened today, of course, it was just a free fall. And a couple of problems besiege this company. So first of all, they are in a very competitive space, that of generating loans, and it's a trend I've seen a couple of times. Companies involved with financials, people creating loans, people are very worried, that it will be difficult for people to obtain loans going forward. So the outlook for some of these companies has been very, very mitigated, and people are pulling their money out from the stock of these companies. So two or three things actually will be really big mountains for SoFi to overcome, and this stretch out up to the end of this year. The first being that the Biden administration has spoken about student loan forgiveness. So they haven't settled yet on an amount. Some people were throwing out $50,000. The CEO of SoFi Technologies thinks that is going to be about $10,000, but every indication points that it will certainly be more than $10,000. So while people are waiting, fewer and fewer people are refinancing their student loans. And when people refinance, they would typically choose a company like SoFi. But that space, of course, is still very competitive. So SoFi is not the only one that can refinance these loans. So you have that student loan forgiveness. And then on top of that, you also have the moratorium that the Biden administration has placed on these student loans. So the moratorium has been extended, so you can't really hold people accountable for not paying their student loans. So people have had like a little break during the moratorium, where they are not required to pay back their student loans. Mind you, the loans are not cancelled, they just don't have to pay for the time being until things get back to a little bit towards normal. And then the third thing that will happen, of course, is the midterm elections that will take place in November. So far, a lot of the more popular candidates tend to be conservative and Republican. And so the Democrats need all the goodwill they can from the voting population in order to counter this huge wave of red that is coming on the Democrats. So what will likely happen is that you will have a very large student loan forgiveness. You would have a prolongation of the moratorium on student loans, and then you will also probably have the amount of student loan forgiveness that might be bumped up significantly higher than the $10,000 that the CEO of SoFi Technologies thinks would be the number that the administration will settle on. So a lot of headwinds for SoFi Technologies and others in that same space. And today we see the results, with the stock losing 18.43%. And then it's almost like probably a run on the bank. You can see the volume. It was at 46 million, and average volume is 56, and we are barely starting the day. So it wouldn't surprise me why they put the trigger on there, and the fuse was triggered, and they halted trading in this stock. So that's where we're sitting at. 52-week range for this stock is from $4.82 all the way up to $24.95. Today's range, $4.82 and all the way up to $5.77. So today we reached another 52-week low. I'm not sure when trading will resume on this stock, but bear in mind, lenders are being hammered, and I don't know for how long that will continue. So liquidity is becoming very scarce, and now I think there's some sense that they are getting worried that people might be unable to honor their loans and repay their loans. I hope this doesn't continue, but we never know. That's how 2008 started. Everything was fine, and then one day turn on the TV and boom, countrywide was gone. Let's hope that that's not the same meltdown that we find and see in 2022. Hopefully things turn out for the better. Thanks for joining me this morning. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.